What's going on, everybody? David here from Blückers Videos and Toys, and today I got a brand new video for y'all. And this time, this is a random act of kindness video. My supervisor at my job randomly gifted me a box of comic books that he had told me about, and he is a comic book collector, and he does collect certain comics. You know, I think when we first talked about it was like a few months ago, and when we went over things that we like to read and stuff, and just recently I told him about a haul that I picked up, and my recent haul, should I say. And if you haven't checked out that video, please do so. It's a good little haul. But anyways, he knows that I read and collect Image comics. That's like my bread and butter when it comes to comic books in my collection. You know, I know most people have, you know, their X-Men, their X-Force, their X-Factors, their DC, and all that stuff. And I like all those too. But I was more, might be straying away from the original conversation I'm talking about, but when I was collecting comic books at a young age, I mostly read Image, you know, in the 90s and stuff, you know. But anyways, so he said, look, I got a big box, and this is the box right here, filled with Image comics. And he showed me some pictures of them too, so I don't remember all exactly what's in there. So me going through this with you guys, I'm going to be just as surprised. And so I'm super excited about it. So he did a random act of kindness and gifted me this huge box of comics, you know. So it's pretty deep. And Trent, I appreciate it. I know that you'll be watching this video, and it's always good to find other like-minded collectors, you know, especially at work. You know, we talk about the same interests and stuff. You know, and comic books is one of the things that he and I both love and collect. And so he's got a pretty good collection, you know. And so we're gonna do one issue at a time. This might be a little long, so bear with me. And again, Trent, I really appreciate it. You know, you didn't have to gift me all these comic books, but I really do appreciate it. You know, and these will go nicely and securely in my collection, and can't wait to dive into it. So here is the first issue, and this is issue 21. It's by Image, and it's Backlash. So issue 21 of Backlash, very cool artwork. And the question is it vampires, zombies? And then it says, an evil alien race bent on world domination. So then on the bottom it says, worse, it's the government. So really like that. That's super cool. Alright, so then I recognize, oh, this is another Image comic, and this is issue 12 of Backlash. So here's the back of it. So it's very cool. So can't wait to. This is actually my first time really hearing about Backlash. So I don't know too much about him. So here's another issue number 21 of Backlash. So I'll have a duplicate of that, which is fine. And then here we are. This is from Valiant Comics. And this is the Eternal Warrior. This is issue number 32. So this is very cool. Don't know anything about this one, so this would be a fun read. And next up, we got issue number 9 of Eternal Warrior. So I just want to say, the Ultimate Warrior. And so then the next one up, Image. And this is Wetworks, Wildstorm Rising, chapter 7. So this is pretty cool. I love the artwork on that. And then here on the back of it says Wildstorm Archives. Wildstorm's hottest covers are all now on all Chrome trading card set. So that would be a cool card set to get. So I've never actually, I've heard of Wetworks, but I've never actually read their comics, to be honest. So this will be something to dive into. And up next is Youngblood, issue number 4. So, I like the back of it too. So yes, I've read Youngblood before. So it's been a while, so I don't really know too much about it, or remember, should I say. But I do like the team. I do have a Badrock figure that McFarlane did in the 90s. So I wouldn't mind getting the rest of the team. So, and then here we have, Team Youngblood, issue number 5. So at first I thought that was Wolverine, not Wolverine, Sabretooth. So very happy. That's a very cool cover. I like that. Looks like he's just coming right at you. And up next, we have Youngblood issue number 3. So that's very cool. And then here is the cover right here, a reverse cover. So this is the first introduction of Supreme. I do remember him. So the cool thing about this comic book, it does come with a card. So if you open up open up this, it comes with a card. Well, we're just gonna leave that in there. So this is like and then over here on the back, so this is like a 2-in-1 book. So you get 2 stories in one book. So this one, when you open up this one, this side, you'll get another card. So that's very cool. I really like that. So, and then here we have Youngblood issue number 2, and this is Enter Shadowhawk. Now I don't remember if this is the first appearance of Shadowhawk, but there he is. And so then again, we have another reverse cover. So then on this one, we have, when we open it up, we have cards here and there. So this is very cool. Again, this is a 2-book-in-1. So if we open up on the other side, this is basically this is kind of like a preview. So it says 1 free 5-page preview. Extra image presents Shadowhawk. So this is your first introduction to a Shadowhawk. And then here is your actual story of continuation of Youngbloods. So that's very cool. All right. Excuse me. Ooh. Now this is what I like. This is very cool. I do remember this, but I've never read this before. So this is issue number 11. This is by Malibu Comics. Genesis, Tom Mason's Dinosaurs for Hire. Now, this is cool. I really like this a lot. So this would be a good fun read for me. Dinosaurs for Hire. Because I do remember the Sega game. Because I used to play that all the time. And speaking of that, I was just thumbing through it. And there it is. So that's one game I am on the lookout for to add to my Genesis collection. Is the Dinosaurs for Hire. So I finally have the comic book, one of the comics in my collection. All right. And so now here is issue number 1 of Youngblood Strike File. So very cool. And then here we have another reverse cover of this, and it says first explosive issue. So this is the actual story, and then here we have all the other ones, we have a continuation. So very cool. This was actually a trend for them back then when it comes to this particular comics. Then I have a second one. So very cool. So when I file these in my collection, you know, I have this cover, and then I will display the other cover. So very cool. And then we have Team Youngblood issue number 11. So there we go. So a lot of Youngbloods in this collection. So very happy about that, because, you know, at least I can get real familiarized with the team again. So very excited. Got a lot of reading to do. And then here is one. Never heard of this one. This is from Warp Graphics, and this is issue number 23 of ElfQuest New Blood. So one of those obscure comics that, you know, that I typically would find that I would pick up. So this would be something this is something I would pick up, you know, because one of the comic company, and because I've never heard of it. So when I see stuff like that, I always like to grab it, because, you know, it's just obscure comics that nobody really hears about or talks about. So this should be a fun read. And next one up is issue number 18 of Wetworks. So here we go right there. So a lot of Wetworks and Youngbloods in this box, which is good. And then here we go, and this is issue. Let's see. I would think this is issue number 2. Yeah, duh, it's right there in front of my face. Issue number 2 of Marvel's Vision, the Marvel fan magazine. Wolverine hits 100. So I don't think this is an actual comic book. This is I think this is a magazine. So judging from what I'm looking at here, it just gives you like little previews of what's to come. So keep in mind, this came out in February of '96, and so basically this is a fan magazine. So this is cool to have. One thing I've always regretted was getting rid of my Wizard magazines, because I used to have a subscription to them, and I think I had just about almost, if not all, issues of that. And one day I just I don't know, I think I either sold them or put them in the recycling bin at the time when magazines were being recycled like that. Because I remember back in the days when here in my town, they had a section where they had a big old bin, like a trash bin, where you could recycle magazines and stuff like that, newspapers and things like that. So I think that's what I did. Dummy me. So yeah, this is really cool. This will be bagged and board too as well. Vision. I don't think I've ever. This is my first time ever really seeing this and holding this kind of thing in my hand. Fan magazine, Vision. This is cool. I'm gonna have to dive into it more, you know. And then this is different. Topps Comics. Well, I know Topps Comics. I know they did the Jurassic Park series when the movie came out, and that's another set that I am looking for to add to the collection. I used to have that. And I think I did sell that at one point. Keep in mind, when I did all this stuff, this was like in my early 20s. You know, and that's when I was doing things that shouldn't be doing. But anyways, so this is issue number 2 of 3. This is Duckman and by Topps Comics. So this is, I do remember this. I do remember Duckman. So I've seen this before. Never owned it, but I know I've seen this before. So this should be a fun series to complete and read. And here we have a book that doesn't have a cover on it, which is fine. You see a lot of these out there too as well. I think Laser Eraser and don't even know what this is. Press Button, I think. Laser Eraser and Press Button. The deaths of This is interesting. So this is the comic right here. It doesn't have a cover, which is fine, you know, because you do see these a lot. I see these a lot too. So this should be an interesting read. I don't know if this is issue 1 or not, but we'll figure it out. And then, ooh, got some more of these. I'm liking this. Malibu Comics, issue number 10, Dinosaurs for Hire. So, loving that. You know me, I'm all about my dinosaurs. So, here's a right here, and then here is the reverse cover right there. So, very cool. So, I do like these stories, 2 stories in 1 book. So they're pretty cool. I like how they do that. And then here is another book from Valiant. And this is issue number 9, the Hard Corps. First time ever hearing about them. Or this particular comic, should I say. So I love getting stuff like this because, you know, it makes it more interesting to read, you know. It's like comic book history, you know. And here is Image issue. This is another Image Backlash, issue number 12. So, got 2 of these now. Excuse me. Ooh, here we go. This will go with the one that I originally bought, the issue number 1 of Valiant. This is Turok Dinosaur Hunter. So this is issue number 4. So I've got 1 and 4 now. Love me some Turok. And here is issue number. Here's another issue from Valiant, number 15 of Harbinger. So, don't know anything about this guy, or this particular book, should I say. I never really read too much Valiant issues, except for aside from Turok. I think they did Conan too at one point. But anything else, I have no idea. So this is good. New stuff. And then, oh, I think I've heard of this guy. This is another issue from Valiant, number 17, Solar Man of the Atom. I've heard of Solar. So this is be a good read too. I do remember reading his stuff, so I am familiar with Solar. And then we have issue number 1 of Youngblood. I think, is that another, what does that say down there? Maybe that's just how it is. Let me open this up. Anyways, this is issue number 1 of Youngblood something. So let's open this up and see what it says, because I think that's the title. Either that or this is just actual issue number 1 of Youngblood. So let's see. That's what I thought. So this is Youngblood Battle Zone. Okay, this is issue number 1. So I knew there was something down there. It was just artwork was all of it in the way of the lettering, so I couldn't tell what it was. So issue number 1 of Battle Zone. So very happy to have that. And then we have issue number 0 of Youngblood. So very cool. Then we have another issue number 0 of Youngblood. Very cool as well. So nothing wrong with having doubles. And then here we go. Okay, I think this came with 2. This bag has 2 issues. So we have issue number 24 from Marvel Comics X-Force. So this is very awesome right here. Prisoner of Fate. And then we have issue on the other side, we have issue 101 X-Force Powerless. So very cool. Got me some X-Force. And then here is another issue from Valiant, number 10, Eternal Warrior. So got a nice little run there. And then here is, I'm guessing this is one of those free from comic book, free comic book day. This is a Valiant. It says free A. So it's the Chaos Effect. So it's very thin. So it's got to be like a preview. Alpha. The Chaos Effect Alpha. So Chaos, Valiant, Chaos. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm reading it wrong. The Chaos Effect. So this includes yep. Chaos Effect. Now, this guy I do know. Now, this is cool. Now, this is a very exciting piece to add to the collection. This is from Valiant. I do know Exo Manowar. This is issue number 0, and I love that cover. Look at that. A beautiful cover. Really like that. So, very happy to have this in the collection. So, this is very exciting to have that in the collection. We got some more Valiant. Issue number 24 of Shadow Man. Never heard of Shadow Man. So this is cool. Love these new characters, This is awesome. This is a very good box for me, because I'm getting stuff that I've never heard of, new characters to me, and very excited to really dive into these characters. So we got issue number 16 from Valiant, Shadow Man. So, and then next up is we got this is from Valiant. This is a or Valiant Image. So this is they did a collaboration. This is a prologue. So this is a Deathmate. So that's exciting. Then another issue from Valiant is number 28 of Magnus, the Robot Fighter. Magnus Robot Fighter. So this is my first time hearing about him, or this character, or this book, however you want to look at it. And then this is, I think I did see this somewhere recently. Can't remember if it was, I think it was probably Game Exchange. Good thing I didn't pick it up. This is another issue by Valiant, and this is number 25 of Magnus Robot Fighter. So, very happy to have that. And then, here is another Image book, issue number 0, Nightmare. Now, this is my first time hearing about this particular character, and love that book. Look at the cover of that book. Beautiful. Look at that. Very nice. This is a character I know all too well. This is another Image comic book, issue number 3 of Prophet. I do have number 1. I do have 2 copies of issue number 1 of Prophet. So this will add to it. So very grateful to have that. Ooh. Shadowhawk 2. So this is issue number 2 of Shadowhawk 2. So there was like 3 or 4 of them. So there was Shadowhawk, then Shadowhawk 2, then Shadowhawk 3. But I believe there was a 4th one. I can't remember. I know the first 3 for a fact, but I believe there might have been a 4th one. So, got some Shadowhawk finally added to the collection. So grateful to have this. And then we have issue number 3, Brigade. So I've heard of this book as well. So never read it, but I've heard of it. And then, now this looks familiar. I don't remember if I read this or not, but this is issue number 2 by Image Comics, The Deadly Duo. So this looks familiar. I'm trying to think back if I read this or not. I'm not sure, but we'll dive into it and we'll find out. And here is issue number 2 by Image, Cyberforce. And the funny thing is, I did purchase issue number 1 of Cyberforce. So, and what were the odds of getting issue number 2? So that's awesome. So, just can't wait to dive into the Cyberforce storyline. So, yes, everybody's favorite. Image Pit, issue number 6. So, I do have an issue of, I think it's, I want to say Max versus Pitt. I think I do have. I think that's what it was. Somewhere. But yes, this is my first issue for a solo run of Pitt. So issue number 6. So I need to get the rest of them. So very happy to have that, because I remember having the whole set of that. Now this is issue number 2 by Image, Wildstorm Rising. So there we go. Very cool cover. I really like that. So I've heard the Wildstorm storyline is pretty good. This is chapter. I think this is a chapter. Let me look at it, because I know that sometimes they separate certain stories. Chapter 10, yes, Wildstorm Rising, chapter 10, issue number 2. We're almost done. Then this is from Top Cow, issue number 4, collaboration with Image, Top Cow, EVE, Photo, Proto Mecha. So this is my first time seeing this one. So be a different book to dive into as well. So very cool. And we have issue number 5 of EVE Proto Mecha. So that's a cool cover. I like that a lot. And issue number 29 by Image is chapter 7 of the Fire from Heaven storyline featuring the Wildcats. So I would like to get all their books, because I do have issue number 1 of the Wildcats of the original. Then I got issue number 1 and 2 of Wildcats trilogy, and so then here's another story arc featuring the Wildcats. So that's very cool. Here's chapter 4, Fire from Heaven, the Wetworks. So not only that, but so basically this is going to be a story arc. So that's cool. I like it when they do stuff like that. And here we go. Chapter 10, Fire from Heaven, Backlash, issue number 20. So all these characters have a story arc from this particular story, Fire from Heaven. So that's really cool. That's going to be a lot of tie-ins right there. And then another character, or team. I think I've seen this, but I'm not quite sure. It does look familiar. But this is issue number 1 from Image, and it says first stellar issue of the Alliance. So that's cool. It's a new team that I can dive into and get familiar with. Awesome. Now this is cool. Let's see what we got. So here now we're getting towards the bottom. So this is issue number 1 and 2 of Stormwatch by Image Comics. So that's very cool. Then here is issue number 2. And then it says introduced in canon and fire. Can't even see that. The glare. Introduced in canon and fire. Ryan. I think I might have butchered that name. Reinhardt. Fire Reinhardt. Now let me stop. So that's cool. So I apologize if I butchered that name. So then let's grab these out, because we're down pretty much towards the bottom. Here we got issue number 33 of Stormwatch. So that's very cool. And then that's cool. You never have too many copies. So got issue number 1 of Wildcats. So I got 2 copies of that. So that's cool. Very happy about that. Love me some Wildcats. And then we have issue number 19 of Wildcats. So building up on the Wildcat story arc. And then we have issue number 26. Right here, Wildcats. And we have issue number 7. So here's issue number 7 of Wildcats, Killer Instinct, Chapter 3. Love it. And we have another copy of the Magnus Robot Fighter. So cool. Nothing wrong with having, you can never have too many copies. Love it. And then, let's take this off. I believe, let me take this out so I can take a look at it, because it doesn't show. make sure this is issue number 1 or whatever it is. So this is by Chaos Comics. So I believe this might be issue. Yep, this is issue number 1 by Chaos Comics, Detonator. So that's a beautiful cover. I love covers like this. You know, there's something about it when they take the time to make covers like this, and it just makes it so much more readable, I guess. But yes, issue number 1 by Chaos Comics, Detonator. And then last but not least, we have issue number 6 from Valiant. It is the Eternal Warrior. So, thank you so much, Trent, for gifting me this box. I mean, I've got a lot of good stuff in here. Very excited and happy to have these in my collection. Most of all, new comics that I haven't had before or heard of or read, essentially. But they're new to my collection. You know, I'm sure other comic book collectors have heard of these characters, but I haven't. So that's what makes it even more special. Is because to be able to be introduced to new characters from different various comic book companies like Valiant, Image, Chaos Comics, and so forth. So that's in itself is exciting. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this. I know this was a little bit long, but it was well worth it, and I hope y'all enjoyed what I was able to show you. Again, Trent, thank you so much for gifting me this box. I really do appreciate it. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of this box, and if there's anything that you have read or haven't read that you're interested in reading, you know, let me know. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you'll always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.